for Reflections.
And our guest is Reverend Nick Hamilton, and he's the chaplain for Baptist Health Systems. Reverend Hamilton?
Have you ever felt abandoned, like no one cares about you? This is a very human experience, and if we are honest with ourselves, most all of us have been there at some point in our lives. Sometimes when extraordinary circumstances hit, people can even feel like God has abandoned them. As Jesus hung on the cross, he cried out, my God, why have you abandoned me?" In doing so, he relates to the very human emotions we all experience. But he was also quoting the initial words of Psalm 22. That passage goes on to describe many of the details of his crucifixion, but was written 1,000 years beforehand. Two things to remember here. If it is okay for God the Son to say to God the Father, "Why have you abandoned me?" maybe it's okay for you to bring your doubts and fears to God. Second, God knew 1,000 years ago the challenges you are facing today that would spark those doubts, so keep trusting in him.
And thank you, Reverend Hamilton. Very, very nice as usual. He does a great job. They're fortunate to have him there. He's really, from what I've heard from it, I mean, he's top notch. So
Well,
glad.
he is good, and that's just a very spiritual
Ooh,
organization.
that can be a
Thank God for Baptist.
that is a tough gig.
Yeah.
That is a tough gig. And we want to thank Mac McCutcheon for being here. He promised to come back again when they get into the session, and he's going to let us know how things are progressing. And that's very interesting to have that happen. Dr. Moore, always great information.
Yep, just a nice person.
And if you can fly again, fly Montgomery. But join us each week, because this is the
Time of your life.
You take care and have a great weekend. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
It's the time of your life. Make the most of it. Time of your life.
The Time of Your Life is brought to you by Baptist Health and by Guardian Credit Union, where you belong.